Paint shop tour continues. Next up, combine. Well, Andy, I think it's going to be another quick project, kind of like the cornhead was. I haven't got anything wrote down on my notes from wheat harvest, and I don't recall anything being torn up. So I think all we're going to do is change the concaves over to the round bars for corn. Probably just tension on chains and elevators, lube it up, and put her back under the shed for a few more weeks.
Heck yeah, I like these easy projects.
Well, when you put a lot of work on it in the winter like we have, you tend not to have to do a whole lot right before harvest.
Yeah, makes it a lot easier.
So you get started on that. I got a couple parts to order, and we'll get this thing knocked out in no time. While Andy's working on the combine, I'm working on a little bit older piece of equipment here. Carter alluded to it in a previous video, but we worked on this little 841 Ford more hours than what we've actually used it to this year. Started out this spring, starter went out, took it off and had it rebuilt. It started engine a couple times and went back out, took it back to the same guy, put a new end on it, and didn't last no time. Finally, I just went and ordered a reman aftermarket starter, got that done, and now my little fuel shut-off thing starting to drip gas pretty bad on the bottom of the gas tank there, so we got it off, and I got to track one of them down. If you wonder what the valve stems and stuff look like on an old Ford gas engine, that's what it looks like. I shouldn't complain too much. This thing, I think, is 69 years old. It's been on our farm since brand new. It's due a little bit of TLC. All right, Andy's got our wheat concaves out, and these go around the rotor. These are our small wire concaves. You notice we got wires with small gaps. This is what we use for wheat, you know, because the seed is small and everything, and all these wires help keep all the straw and a lot of the chaff up in the rotor cage so it doesn't get down with the threshed grain. And then he took those out, and for what we use for corn, we use our round bar concaves. You notice we don't have any wires going that way, and we got big thick round bars here, and these are excellent for corn, especially if you get into some corn that's got some moisture and stuff, because all the silks and stuff on the ears, they can plug up those holes on either large wire or small wire concaves, and then it basically blocks all this off to where the kernels and stuff stay in the rotor, and if they work their way all the way back, they get ejected out the back. So we really love these round bar concaves for corn. We don't have any problem with rotor losses whenever we use them. And technically, people say that you can also use these round bar concaves for threshing soybeans, but we've never tried it. I mean, it might work. I have a hard time believing these round bar concaves are going to be aggressive enough to thresh soybeans, especially full season soybeans where you might still have some green or greenish pods in there that are real tough to thresh out. So we'll use these for corn, and then when we get done with corn, we'll take these out and we'll put our large wire concaves back in there, which look similar to our small wire concaves, but you got a lot bigger gaps in between the wires. And other adjustments we would normally do, we've got the vanes on the inside of the rotor cage. We would normally put them in the slow position for corn, but they're already in the slow position because we also use that same position for wheat. And when we swap back over for soybeans, we'll move the vanes into the middle position to get that crop on out of the rotor a little bit quicker. Like I said, we ain't got much to fix. We're going to go through, check the tension on all of our belts and everything. We've got gauges on pretty much all of the springs to where the proper tension is. Also, our clean grain elevator chain. You see it's still pretty good and snug. You don't want it banjo string tight. You want to be able to wiggle it on that sprocket a little bit just like that. So looks like that's going to be in good shape. All right, looking at our feeder house chain in here, we put this on brand new this winter, so it definitely got broke in good during wheat harvest. You can tell it looks like there's a little bit of sag right there. Then looking right here on the adjuster, we've got a gauge right here. You can see this spring and washer sticking out a little bit past this gauge, so we'll have to come through, tighten this nut up on both sides. Ought to get the correct tension on the feeder house chain. All right, our unloading system chain right there, you can see it's got about the correct tension on it. We just need to go through and grease that chain real good. Shut our clean out door there. We don't want to be dumping corn on the ground. That'll be something I forget. You haven't checked any fluid in gearboxes or anything yet, have you?
I have not. Been throwing some concaves.
Yeah, check the PTO, the rotor gearbox, final drives. What else? I think that's about the unloading system gearbox. Check the fluid levels in that, and we'll be about ready to pull her out. Need to disengage our chopper knives there and move our rotor gearbox from third gear back down to first gear. And we're running our rotor about 1,000 RPM. In corn, we want to run our rotor about 300 RPM. Need to rock our rotor sometime to get it in. I think that's got her in first gear. Need to take our chopper out of high speed and put it into low speed. And go in here and open up our pre-sieve a notch. Reach in here and feel. Yeah, we can just barely get our fingertips under the pre-sieve. That's open about where we want it. We don't want to open it up too much, otherwise we'll be dumping too much corn there on the front of the lower sieve, and it'll probably go into the cleaning fan, cause issues. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but we got some skies getting a little dark right over there, and
you're gonna scare it away. Hush, you're gonna scare it away. Be quiet. Shh. Come, little darling. Don't scare the baby in a thunderstorm away.
And checking my radar, there's a couple little specks popping up. Let's keep our fingers crossed. One builds up right on top of us and sits here all afternoon long. Well, surprise, surprise, while I was at lunch, we got a little bit of a shower. Grand total of 5 100s, so not really going to do a lot, but every little bit does help. But what that did do is, well, we got a little moisture in the atmosphere now, so that evaporates, and who knows, maybe some of these sails will continue to blow up. Now we got a little bit of moisture, and maybe we'll get some. It's just, I mean, it's literally all around us like it's been for the last month and a half, blowing up all around us, and then just skirting around us. But I know we're gonna get ours one day. I just hope it's today. While I was sitting there eating lunch, Kelly decided she's going to be out in the rain and have a wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't going to rain, I was going to have to do a wet t-shirt contest and make some money. So, yeah, it came down to flood, so.
I think I need to recruit Coastal Parks up here to do a rain dance. He's been known to bring areas vast amounts of rain over the past few years.
Excuse me, I did a rain dance. Thank you very much. And you know what the rain dance was? So basically, I threatened Mother Nature with a hose and said, "Oh, can you do better than this?" And next thing you know, it rained. We have that relationship, you know?
Okay. All right, rain update an hour later. It's done gotten hot and humid out here. But sunshine here. Plenty of storm clouds, plenty of thunder off to our west, but it's not moving. Look at my radar here, where that blue dot, it is literally surrounding us, but nothing for us. I mean, it's almost become comical at this point. Well, I lied about being almost done with the combine. We saw a couple other little minor details we're tending to. See right here on my faceplate, see how the metals are starting to get wore away from that. And I mean, we can replace that. I'm not sure what we'll do. Maybe replace the whole faceplate. Good Lord, I'd hate to know how much that thing costs. So we're not going to do that, but I cut me some metal strips right there. We're just going to slide right there to the very edge weld them in, and that ought to get us a lot more life out of it. I don't expect these little thin strips to really interfere with crop flow up into the feeder house, so we're going to do that. And then Andy was looking around, and he was noticing oil was seeping out of the hydraulic hose right there. It's got a swivel, looks like it was wore out, so he took that hose off and gone to Napa, get a new end put on it. I'm not gonna lie, when we get caught up enough to where I'm spending my time on attention to little bitty details like that, farming is definitely a lot more enjoyable for me. All right, we got that finished up. That'll give us a lot more years long wear there. And you got new end on the hydraulic hose. And one last thing was working on my plug here for that hooks up to my corn header for the feelers, the auto steer, row guidance and everything. Had a terminal break off on it. And anyway, I didn't have the replacement pins in stock, so Andy's going to hopefully grab that, and that's going to be the last little thing we got to do. But it's about 4:30 on a Friday. We pretty much done with that. So we'll be ready to pull it out first thing Monday morning while it's nice and cool and cloudy. I want to go pigweed hunting, see if I can get a few more of them wrapped up. But it looks like the rain chances for today are done. We're now 38 days with barely any rainfall. Next chance of rain is supposed to be like Monday. They got like a 20 or 30% chance of rain there, but they had a 0 chance of rain for today, so who knows? Maybe we'll look out this weekend. Anyway, we got all of our grain harvest stuff ready to go. Next up, next week, cotton harvest stuff. And hopefully it goes just as quickly and easy as what our grain harvest stuff is gone. 2 days, got our corn head completely ready, got our combine completely ready. Draper head doesn't need anything except greasing. Grain buggy doesn't need anything, and we'll be ready to harvest before you know it. All right. Over the course of several decades, farmer comfort on the equipment we operate has really come a long ways. From the open station tractors that my granddad and my dad were running, to the bigger open station tractors I was running in the 80s and 90s, to the modern tractors that we got today with all the conveniences of home: air conditioning, heat, insulation, soundproofing, radio, auto steer, and everything else. But still, there's always room for improvement, and we believe we found a company that helps us take our equipment to that next level of comfort.
Comfort in a box. So we have partnered with Tractor Mat, and it is a family-owned business from Ocala, Florida. All of these tractor mats are made in the USA, so they get all their supplies from here, and their warehouse is here in the United States. They contacted us to try out these mats. The point of these tractor mats is to keep the tractor cab clean, also protect the original floor mats that came with the tractor, and to make cleaning and life a little easier, more simple. So that way, just like if you put, what is it, rough country that you can buy and put in your trucks, this is kind of the same concept, except it's made for big equipment.
All right, so if y'all been watching our channel for a while, it's no secret I like a clean cab. There's nothing worse than spending all day in a dirty cab. However, in the environment that we're in, keeping a tractor cab clean is not the easiest thing. If we watch their videos, just about every day when I'm running the equipment, I've got wet wipes in here, and I just wipe down all the controls. We'll try and clean all the dust off of everything, because even though we've got good filters on these cabs, dust and stuff gets in here. However, the floor mats in these tractors is another thing, trying to keep it clean. I mean, a lot of times, most days, we'll try and take a little broom and sweep it out, but what's that going to do? That's going to stir up dust. It's going to coat the rest of your tractor cab. You can take an air wand and blow them out, which we do it too. However, it's going to blow dust all around your cab, and you're still going to have dirt everywhere.
So these tractor mats are easily removable, and you put them in, and at the end of the day, all you have to do is basically fold them up, pull them out, shake them off. You can wash them, blow them off while you're in the field, and then put it right back in. It's also really good if you have animals. So just like Mia, who's going to be sitting in the tractor with me, it will make it a lot easier if she gets in and she's muddy. Then I can just pull that tractor mat out, wipe it off, put it back in, and I don't have to worry about, you know, her messing up the cab floor.
All right, well, we've talked enough about tractor mats. Let's unbox it and see what's actually inside.
All right. Also, on their website, they have them for every piece of equipment.
And I believe for the most part, most all the tractor mats run about $190. All right, Kelly, let's see what they look like.
Oh God, they're shoved in there. All right, now I gotta figure out which one is which.
Now what we're looking at, I mean, is just they're plastic, even though they halfway feel like rubber. It's a very soft, flexible plastic, very thin. See, they're easily just.
Oh yeah, you fold them up.
They're easily just rolled up, pull them out, and everything
Just like
else.
this, though.
And then also, if I read their website correctly, you know, they come standard with the tractor mat logo. However, if you want your own custom logo imprinted on the map, you know, say you're a fertilizer applicator, a co-op or whatever, you know, you can have your own logo actually made on the mat. You know, if you're a John Deere dealership, a Case IH dealership, you want to put your own custom mat in there with your logo on it, you can order from them and have your logo there on the tractor mat.
Can we get ours on there?
All right, let's see just how easily these are going to be installed. It looks like, I think it's going to be a pretty simple process. All right, we decided to take one of these tractor mats and put them in our New Holland loader tractor because, well, this is the one that gets the dirtiest. You know, we got the loader on here, so we're doing dirt work. We're, you know, loading chicken manure, everything else. As you can imagine, this floor gets really nasty really quickly, so we figured this would be the best tractor to try it out on. Okay. All right, Kelly, grab that mat and slide her in here. Let's see how well she fits.
You have to grab that side, please. Thank you. Up underneath. Just gotta get it up underneath everything.
Look at that. Like a glove. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is perfectly contoured and form fitted to everything in here. Now you go about your business during the day, run the tractor with everything with this nice mat, and then at the end of the day, rather than you know, sweeping out your tractor or blowing it out with an air hose and stirring up dirt and getting it all over your cab,
fold it up like a burrito. Fold it like a burrito.
kind of hard getting around some of these pedals here, but do that and then stick her back in.
Oh, you can also wash it off too. Pressure washing it, let it dry off, and then put it back in. This is going to be really great when we spread that beautiful chicken litter. And instead of it sticking to the actual floor of our tractor, it'll stick to this, and then just throw it out, and maybe it won't smell so bad.
Yeah, we can hope. But
one can hope, right?
All right, guys, we're just going to stick that back up in there, and we'll try and give you a report back here in a few months after we get after we get some hours under our feet. Let you know just what we think of it. We also got they also sent us another one. I believe it's for the cotton picker. So
let's go check that out.
As soon as we get our combine out, well, our cotton picker's going to be going down here. Our cotton picker will be coming down here pretty quickly, and we'll see how well it fits in that John Deere 7760. All right, like I said earlier, I meant to get the picker in here next, but a few days ago I was watching Wild West Farmer's latest video, and they were working on their bean header, and they were working on the fingers on their auger, and that reminded me we got to do the same thing to ours. So glad I watched that video, otherwise we got on the field and our header would not be ready to go because I forgot to write this down. You can see on all of our fingers right here that come out and grab the crop, you see they got these plastic bushings that the fingers slide on and protect the drum. But on a lot of them, like this one right here, the plastic is wore out, and we've actually got metal on metal contact, and that will quickly erect the shell of the auger. It'll egg these holes out right there, and then it'll be a bad deal. So what we're going to do is rebuild this auger. I think all the fingers and everything are still good, Andy, and I think all we're going to have to do is just replace the plastic guides. But I mean, to do that, all the fingers have got to come out, and in order to do that, we got to work in these tiny little holes. Well, I took that out when I cleaned the header off, so I cleaned the inside of the drum, so hopefully there's not a whole lot of crap and bean dust in there. So these right here, you can try to get them off. I think we're going to have to grind them off, because I don't think I could get that. I don't think I could get those out when I was cleaning up after harvest. I think those Allen heads are wore out. We'll start pulling them out. See what the guts look like in there. Hopefully it's just some guides we got to replace. All right, let you see what it looks like up inside the feeder drum there. But anyway, you see all of our fingers are attached to some plastic holders that go around that rod, and that rod's not sitting in the center of the drum, and that rod stays stationary as the drum spins, and that's what makes the fingers extend and retract right there. So some of them are easy to get to, but then some of them, I mean, are way back up in there. If you got fat arms, it can be difficult. So anyway, to get them out, all we got to do is reach up in here, pull the clip out. Say our finger slides out, pull that out, and then take 2 bolts out, replace plastic. Easy peasy. Just wish they gave us a little bit bigger openings there to work with. Sure. All right, we got all the pieces out. So we got all the rods and the guides, and we also took all the rod holders out, because where this pivot's on the shaft there, starting to get worn and starting to get a bunch of slack and stuff in there. And after seeing the price of those things, I think we should have just left them in there.
I didn't even look at the price of them. Let's see what she got. Pack of 5 of them. Good night.
Yeah, I mean, those things are basically $30 a piece. So each box has got 5 of them in there, 150 bucks. Is that what yours is showing?
154.21.
Yeah, we had to go to he had to go to Union City to get them, and then I had to go to Brownsville to get those two. All I can say is, Case IH, if you want to remain in business, you got to keep us in business. And charging us $30 a piece for these things right there, I mean, come on. That's a little ridiculous. But that's all right. You want to be greedy and make all the profits you can, put us out of business, guess what? I go out of business, you're going to go out of business. So anyway, just another simple matter, just putting all this stuff back together. This thing will be ready to pull out of the shop. All right, we got her all buttoned back together. Got some nice, pretty new slides in there, and everything is good and tight. That thing ought to be good to go for another few years. Got my oil level sight glass polished right there. I don't know what's wrong with the bottom one. Got something blocking it, and I think this thing ought to be ready to cut 650 acres of beans this fall. Well, Andy, it's getting close to 6. I'm tired of sweating. Let's go home. I done gotten so sweaty, my mic won't even stick to the inside of my shirt right now.
It has no chance.
Yeah, nope. So get that out in the morning, and we'll bring the cotton picker in, finish out the week strong, see if we can make a big dent on big green.